Before we get into this video, I invite you to take a deep breath with me, not to fix anything, but just to be present. Guilt is probably one of the most misunderstood emotions that we as humans experience. Many people treat guilt as evidence, as proof that they've done something wrong, as a signal that they failed in some way. But guilt isn't always a moral compass. Often it's a conditioned response. If you grew up being praised for being helpful, easygoing, or emotionally available, guilt may show up any time you consider choosing yourself first. This isn't because you're doing something wrong. It's because you're doing something different. And guilt has a way of appearing right at the moment you start to set a new boundary. When you rest, guilt shows up. When you say no to someone, guilt shows up. You stop explaining yourself, guilt shows up. And many people take that feeling as a sign to retreat. They override themselves, they over-apologize, they go back to what feels familiar. But guilt doesn't always mean you've caused harm. Sometimes it means you've interrupted a familiar pattern, especially patterns where you were expected to be accommodating, to be available, or to be the one who carries the emotional weight for everyone else. Sensitive and conscientious people feel guilt more intensely than others. This isn't because they're weak, it's because they care. And that care can be conditioned into compliance. And over time, guilt becomes a tool that keeps you aligned with expectations, even when those expectations are costing you. Your body often knows this before your mind even does. That heaviness, that tightness, and that urge to explain yourself. Those sensations aren't proof of wrongdoing. They're signs that you're stepping out of a role your nervous system learned was necessary for belonging. Many people confuse guilt with responsibility. But responsibility is grounded. It feels clear. It feels proportionate. Guilt feels heavy, diffuse, and often out of scale with what actually did happen. You don't need to eliminate guilt, and you don't need to push past it. You just need to stop treating it as an authority. Let guilt be information, not instruction. So take notice when it shows up. Notice what you were about to do with it when it arrives. And notice whose comfort was being prioritized. These moments are not failures, they're opportunities for you to realign. Choosing yourself may feel uncomfortable at first, not because it's wrong, but because it's new. And new often feels a little bit unsafe to a system trained to survive by staying agreeable to others. If something in this episode landed with you, you don't need to do anything right now. Just notice what's already shifting within you, and let that be enough for today.